Bad news. The lower North Shore suburb Wollstonecraft isn't named after Mary Wollstonecraft, the proto-feminist firebrand, but her nephew Edward. And who is he? Well, Edward Wollstonecraft was born in 1783 into the family of controversial luminaries including Mary Wollstonecraft, her husband, the anti-marriage crusader, journalist, and philosopher William Godwin, and their daughter Mary Shelley, the teenage author of Frankenstein. Edward was born to possibly the most boring one in the family, Mary Wollstonecraft's oldest brother, a London solicitor also named Edward. Yet our Edward eschewed this exciting start, as rumour has it, seeking to build a life away from the feminist reputation of his aunt. Perhaps if my cousin had written Frankenstein and my aunt had written a scary feminist screed, I'd go and join a convict colony as well. Edward's journey to becoming a successful businessman in early colonial Australia began after happening to meet the Scot Alexander Berry while travelling from Lisbon to Cadiz. These besties shared lodging while Cadiz was under siege by the French in 1812. It was a Napoleonic Wars thing. Then were housemates in London for a few years after that, along with Edward's sister Elizabeth, who Berry ended up wedding in 1827. The trio would be bound for life, even being buried together in the end, but I'll get to that. Edward had the luck of getting a land grant from Governor Lachlan Macquarie that essentially covered from St Leonard's to the foreshore at Berries Bay. In his mid-30s, in August 1819, he arrived with his bit of paper in Sydney, a year after the publication of his cousin's book Frankenstein. He and Berry set up shop, calling their business quite creatively Berry and Wollstonecraft, in a warehouse in George Street, where goods were brought via the dock at Berries Bay. A wide variety of merchandise passed through its doors, though Edward advised specifically that this not include fripperies and the other female trash, by which we are likely to lose so much already. They mostly seem to have contained themselves to rum, medicines, coal, and something called slop clothing.